Hello, and welcome to the Reapers. That was horrendously ugly, but hello and welcome back. So we're back to our Northumeria campaign. We're on day 4 now, and stuff's starting to heat up.
Welcome everyone to the current mission date is 4th of September 1994. It's the 4th day of the campaign, and the time is 0900 local. So I'm now going to hand over to Coffee. He will give us the situation of the current situation of the campaign.
As it was in day 3, day 4 doesn't see any major developments from the Satsioskan side. However, Northumeria, in conjunction with Grim Reaper's strategists, have dispatched a Amphibious task force, and they have reclaimed some land northwest of Gudalta. It took a night of heavy fighting, but they are setting up there, and if you so choose, you can help to speed up the process with your helicopters.
Excellent. So now we move on to the intelligence briefing. So on the stop press, we have that Northumeria declared, or Satsioskan declared war on Northumeria on day 2, and therefore they are no longer respecting the borders, so don't expect them to turn around once you've crossed back into Northumeria. Northumerian forces have landed near Gudalta to attack the airfield, as has Coffee just mentioned, and the CSG Amlet has dispatched an Amphibious force and claimed a shoreline after the night of heavy fighting. NOTAMs, we have just the friendly fleet near Sochi that may be firing cruise missiles in the direction of Gudalta, so ensure that if you're operating that area that you make sure you don't get in their way. Next we have our target list. So first of all, we have the SA-10 SAM site that's north of Sukhumi Airbase. This is covering a good chunk of the Gudalta-Sukhumi coastline, and destroying it would remove a major threat to high-altitude aircraft. Next we have the SA-3/6 site that's north of Sukhumi town, and again, destroying this would allow us to gain more air superiority. However, I think we can all agree the main target for today is Gudalta airfield. We know that there are ZU-23s, SA-18s, and also SA-13s at the airbase. However, we can also expect ground forces, but we presently have no recon on the area, so maybe one of the first things we need to do is identify what kind of targets there are there that our ground forces will need to get through. And now looking at the threat picture, we can see it has changed slightly from the previous day. We no longer have the SA-3 and 6 site on the border, as our forces have pushed through and been able to overrun the site. We still have the SA-3/6 site of the north of Sukhumi town and the SA-10 site. At the air bases at Gudalta and Sukhumi, we have SA-13s, MANPADs, and SA-19s. In terms of threats throughout the area that we are unaware of exact locations, we have the SA-19s, MANPADs, SA-15s, and also the SA-10s. We're also expecting the enemy to have MiG-21s, L-29s, and also Su-25Ts as threats, air threats. Right, and flights we have. First Hammer is a Vigan flight. Second is Buick, is Hueys that can assist in transporting supplies to the ground units. Then we have Harriers operating off the carrier as Sabre. F5s who can provide cap as Dagger, and we also have an additional F5 in a yet unnamed flight. Initial tasking, we have no initial taskings. Navigation brief. Weather is not specified, however it is fairly clement and wind is light, so nothing to worry about. Our 2 airfields we're using today are Makop, runway 04, and the circuit direction is left hand. The diversion is Krasnodar. We also have Amut, the carrier is Amut. The active runway is not applicable, but you'll be landing in the direction of the carrier. The circuit direction left hand, and the diversion is Sochi. It's not on here, but we also have Sochi available to rearm, but there are no aircraft there. Support aircraft, we have 1 AWACS, which is an E2 Sentry, call sign currently unknown, but we can fill that in once we're inside the mission. So that will be pumping out information onto the chat, so watch out for that. If it comes up saying that there are bogies travelling from the southeast, then that probably means that we've got Red 4 coming for us. So it's there, use it. Are there any further questions regarding the plan? No, if they're not, I will move on to checking understanding. So, what will Buick be doing? Cap.
Buick are the fucking. Let me just find what flight it is. Sorry, I've forgotten which flight it is. It is the Tuvas helicopter. He's taking supplies from the carrier group to the landing zone, and he's also flying a Harrier, but it's Buick is doing the helicopter.
So, from Dagger, what is your task? Tail.
Dagger's task is to provide a cap for the fleet, Saber Flight, Buick Flight, and not Hammer Flight.
Okay, from Saber, what is your task? Berwick.
Oh dear.
Berwick.
Oh dear.
Berwick.
Red mark.
Well, looks like you're going to have a word with him, Cap. So, or someone else from Saber, Static.
Our main mission is to provide CAS and support troops at Gudada and take out the SA-6 and SA-3 sites to the southeast.
There's no mention of destruction of SA-3 and 6 sites.
Well, I don't know. I thought that's what the idea of everybody taking sidearms.
No, the sidearms are for destruction of enemy air defences at Gadata in order to assist in your task of close air support. And so from Hammer Flight, what is our task, Signore?
Sorry, I'm eating something. Our task in Hammer Flight is to strike the SA-10 site as soon as we get the coordinates, and we're gonna fuck it up.
Sounds good to me. And finally, from the Scout Flight, what is your task, Maverick?
Alright, Scout Flight task, it's a little bit different. We're going to be providing basically reconnaissance for me. I'm going to be Tuvas's wingman, obviously, making sure that he's okay up there. I'm going to be his basically air support while he locates the enemy SA-10 sites, I believe. I believe that's what he's reconning for, because they have moved.
Okay, excellent. So that is the main mission planning and rebrief done. So next we're going to break down into our individual flights. You'll notice that there are new channels that have appeared. Get in your appropriate flight channel and then just talk about how you're going to do it. I'm going to set a time limit of 10 minutes for this discussion.
Roger, request that the lead aircraft falls over to the left and we'll just taxi by. You mean to the right? Yes. Hammer Flight is lining for departure runway 04.
Saber lead taking off.
Hammer Flight, we're ready for departure.
Affirm.
Transiting down to Sochi, where we're going to park up and wait until we receive the coordinates from the scout flight.
Okay, Saber, let's head east and start checking out our target.
Roger. Roger.
Cap Angels 5.
Stanley, departure 04. I didn't hear you, step.
Cap Angels 5, eastbound.
Roger.
Be advised, Guadada is in flames by the looks of it.
Yeah, eyes on. Roger, saying.
Lead is fence in and moving towards the target. Okay, we can suspect hostile MiG-21s from now on, so I'm going on the deck.
Roger that, hitting the deck. Roger. Okay.
10 miles to Godada.
Roger. Roger that. Got nails on the SA-10, probably 100 degrees from here.
Right, let's keep an eye out for that.
I've got a lock on something in front. Same here. I'll go for the shot. Berg, Magnum.
Caps hit the no-go line, turning round. Sam's out, Sam's out. Lead safe.
Guys turning cold off of Godada.
Lead cold.
Yeah, I've got the S300 that's there. Gentlemen, be advised, AWACS is giving callouts for enemies being spotted at heading 120 for 100. Angels 12.
Hey, firm.
Yeah, I'm now out of sidearms. I've got aim 9, some rockets left.
S300's out, S300's out. All units, multiple S300's out. 2 Vaz, can you see it? Lock onto that.
Turn in. 2 Vaz, need to take off now.
Flares out, Auntie.
I've got an unknown locking me up from behind. I think it's a MiG-21.
I'll come and have a look. Is that you flaring?
I'm going to air. The 300s are firing. Oh, had one come past my canopy.
Stay safe, guys, not too close.
hit that S300 from the mountains just behind it. 243, 2 boss.
Feel free to do so.
Where those smoke trails came from. Yeah, copy that. Mountains might be a good idea for that one.
Okay, you boys head off. I'll stick around.
Alright, follow up on me. We'll head bearing 330. Anyone else want to come with me in case I don't make it?
Okay, stand with me. Stand by, I'll come find you.
Missile out, missile out.
Evasive.
S300 is firing. I am bearing straight north.
North.
Yep. Okay, that missile's coming to me.
Okay, looking for you.
I just flared over the sea.
Main canyon, yeah?
Big ass canyon, yeah.
Roger.
I'm to your front right about 1 mile.
Tally. So I don't really need to do anything to lock this thing. It will just lock when it's ready to lock, won't it? The sidearm once you've selected.
Yep. It will do, yeah. We got a clear tone. Tally S300, sorry, on the right hand side, still firing.
Confirm.
Okay, bringing it right.
Speed check.
In 420.
Can you stick at 400, please? Drag here.
Yeah, roger that.
Sochi traffic, Hammer flight initial at Sochi for runway 22. Daggers touching down runway 22 Sochi.
Eyes peeled for missile launchers around us.
Confirm.
Yeah.
Eyes on the S300.
Never be advised, looks like one of your guys is smoking. We know.
I can camera.
Yeah,
I'm in the middle, but watch me land it.
Ow!
I'll show you.
Clear call.
Should be over this peak.
Sochi traffic, Hammer lead, final runway 22.
Ship's firing south.
Must be a MiG.
Yeah, south and high. Our guys are coming over the peak on this S300. Breaking right.
Got some nails.
Yeah, I got it.
That 10's down below me somewhere.
On our left. You got plenty of traffic trash. Calling your Alpha 1. Yeah, unknown aircraft 120. Eyes on the S300 side, we're right on top of it.
Coming.
Such traffic, camera lead is vacated the runway.
We can break left up through the peaks again.
No draw S300 yet.
Big 21 directly ahead. Box 2. Splash.
Talia 300. Magnum times 2.
Well, there's 2 SA-100s down then, and I think there's an SA-6 around there. Yeah, Cap, your missiles landed. I splashed a MiG-21 over the site.
If you can get eyes on the launches, that means the radar and the rest of the site won't be too far away, so we are ready to receive coordinates.
Alright, copy. Coordinates are going to be north, 431.
Cap, watch yourself in the hills. Watch some enemy fighters about 30 miles out, 057 degrees.
Hey firm, I'm going in for like 10 seconds and straight back out.
431, 28901. Roger. East 0404 1427. East 0404 1427. Please confirm. Confirmed. Now keep in mind, that's not the exact location of all the units, that is the general area.
Roger, as long as we get this close enough for a visual, then we'll be okay.
Okay guys, Cap's finished in the mountains, coming out to the sea to see you. If you can, it'd be a good idea to stay in the SAMnet.
You're very careful how far you're going out, buddy. Yeah, well I'm just heading to Godard to see if there's any more radars there. Roger that, I'll come in and assist. Copy. Looks all clear at the minute.
Okay, if we patrol between the fleet and Guadalda, that'll be a nice little lane for us.
I'm going to bring it left a little bit.
Cap, possible MiG-21. Cap, MiG-21.
Roger, into.
Find me. No, F5, F5. Must be friendly.
Roger. We have an SC 6 popping up every so often and then going off again around Gudata or south of there. 2 miles, inbound, searching runway 24. I'm still going to sit around here. One of the SM2s hit a 25.
Nice.
Okay, someone's engaging the destroyers. I've seen splashes all around it.
Tally, any idea what weapon that is?
No idea. I cannot see any enemy contact in the area. No, tally. I've got a MiG on my 6.
No, it's Cap, it's Cap.
It's you. Okay, come on.
More splashes, multiple splashes on the boat. What is that? It's a gun, it looks like a gun.
Yep. Yeah, it looks like guns or rockets. Keep an eye out. Break left, I'll go in right.
F5s, the small blue fleet of ships is under attack by unknown weapons. Missile out. Tally MiG, do you see them? It's a
negative.
Follow the trail and then go slightly below.
Yep, visual.
Let's go and get him.
There's 2, 1 above, 1 below.
Affirm.
I'll go for the lower. You get low, you can cut in behind them.
We lost a ship.
Roger that. Guys, they're anti-ship missiles, they're not.
Affirm, we're about to lose another ship. Ship down, another ship down. 2 ships lost, F5s, come on. Merge. F5.
That's me.
No, afterburner.
Hey, roger, there's an F5 in the area.
Agreed.
Just check your fuel, we're not carrying externals.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm good. Got £4,000 to play with.
Only got the carrier left.
Coming in from between 090 and 100.
Affirm.
Yeah, roger that. There's a huge furball in front of us.
Coming. Tally.
One fire against 3 MiGs.
Okay, check your fire.
Careful of the SAMs, remember. Missile out.
no longer have SAM cover.
What's up, the
Taylor, start F5 up. We have possible enemies at, right now on the fleet, so.
F5 just broke below me.
Tally, I'm right below you, right below you.
Yeah, I'm turning cold.
Cold.
Sierra 99 for 35 to 1000.
Get below 2000, Captain. Can't see you on radar.
Coming down.
Dragging back over towards the ships.
If I'm on your 6. If I look behind, I can see them all flying around behind us.
Do we have any more cap than the F5s? Because I'm currently on low fuel and I'm the last F5.
Dang.
Saber, can we have immediate cap support over Gadara? Large enemy incursion.
Unknown flight south of fleet.
What's that right of us, Berwick? Look right.
Check target.
F5, F5. After the F5, there's something after the F5. MiG-21, cap's going in, right, out to sea, let's go.
Yep, roger. Visual. Fox.
Cap Fox 2.
Splash.
Not dead, not dead, not dead.
Enemy aircraft, direct east.
Fox 2. We got him.
Splash, good hit. He's down.
You're safe, F5.
Get cold. Get cold.
Cold. I'm RTB because I got nothing left.
Yeah, roger. I'm going to stay on station. I've got 2 AIM-9s left.
Confirm.
Tilly's merged with something unknown.
Good kill, Cap. Good kill.
That was teamwork.
Got more missiles over to my right side. Check target.
Tilly's merged. MiG-21.
Moving in. I've taken off this gunboat. I'm en route down towards Granada now.
Chili's bingo fuse.
Go to Sochi.
Roger that. Chili's bingo Fox 2. Fox 2.
Is that you chasing me, Berwick?
Let me see. Yeah, I was making shot down. Good kill. The MiG-21 down.
Sam's out, tail. Sam's out for you.
I'm dead. No, that's not for me. Was it the MiG that got P-Man?
S6 got P-Man, I think.
I'm turning cold. Got no support down here.
Might as well RTB. It's pointless being out there on your own.
I'm inside, an SC-25's just passed right over top of me.
Beautiful.
Easy pickings. Take that any day. Fox now, I'm turning cold, I've got no ammo left.
Tally flares.
Yeah, that's the flares from the SC-25.
Okay, get 270.
I'm cold, advanced. Guns on me. SC-25. I have no airspeed.
Looking for you now. Come towards the burning buildings if you can. Oh wow, there's like full.
Flares out, flares out.
Roger, Tally.
You overshot. I'm hit.
I'm on him. Got a shot off at him.
I had a perfect shot on that, failed to pickle my bombs.
It's up to you, Trash. MiG-21 killed.
Good man. I'm gonna RTB land and log out.
Roger. Yeah, he got me a little bit and my engine's sort of dying.
Can you make it back? Go and land at
Yeah,
Sochi.
you got smoke. Yeah, I took an R60 from that MiG-21.
Well, we did plenty of damage, guys, so we're all good.
Yeah, I got it back. I'm coming back to Sochi. Gummo, if you run your engine at 50%, you've got the best chance of making it. Yeah, I'll turn the JPT switch off and I've got full control of the engine now. Sweet. Just be careful, it might tear itself apart. Roger. So all this air-to-air that's going on down at Gadara, and there's 4 F5s north that are all flying pre-formations.
Landing gear.
Yeah.
Landing gear.
Yeah, isn't that our air cover? Yep. We had to kind of make our own in the end, but oh well. Oh dear. Cap, we need to talk about your approach to an LHG.
I'm having problems with finding the fleet. There they are.
They're down, but they're underneath you.
Ah, this was an error. Not to worry, boys, we'll be okay.
Yeah, I'd go around and try that again.
This is where my extensive helicopter training pays off.
Oh, shit.
Just a crash to desktop, Cap.
Contact 243.
We're landing and logging out Sonic.
Alright guys, this is 2 bots. I have moved the units towards Gadara. Give them support if you can.
Which carrier are you going for?
Whatever this big thing is in front of me, that will do the job. My gear's out, isn't it?
Gears down. Search traffic gunboat coming in for straight in landing from the south.
Cap down to safe. Oh, you're not looking very good there, Gumbo.
No, I took a bit of a hit, but
Okay, I don't know if you've landed with half an engine before, but you have to go in like fucking fast in airspeed because you can't rely on the engine downforce.
Okay, roger. Turning in. Oh, we've got an Aegis cruiser hitting man.
Taxiway's fine, but just keep it fast. Beautiful, nice work. Send blood.
Beautiful. Yeah, we've suffered heavy casualties. It looks like it's probably better to tell the landing force to dig in and we call this one off.
Roger, the Harriers are done. We're just landing our last person and then we're logging off also. Last member of Sabre, welcome in.
That goes right. Alright, you guys disconnecting.
Very good. Okay, park up Sabre and we're off to debrief. Hello, welcome back to the debrief. Right, so it's extremely complicated, multifaceted thing. So, how do you want to go? Do it group by group?
Yeah.
Hammer.
Well, we'll quickly run through what the original plan was, so we know we got what to compare it to. So the original plan was we'd have the scout group with Tuvas and Maverick would identify the SA-10 site. Then Hammer would disable the SA-10 site. Then the Harriers would be able to move in, do the deed on the airfield, and attack any targets that would get in the way of the ground forces. And then they would be protected by Dagger, who would be doing cap in the area. So, shall we start with the scout flight?
Yep.
Yeah, so with the scout side, I was basically waiting over in the kind of forward air deployment area. This is Tubas, by the way.
Hello,
and I was just giving Maverick time to join up from NACOP. So because it took so long, I was just waiting on the runway for my cap support to be there with me, so Maverick. But by the time that he arrived, everyone else was basically over the target area getting shot at by the SA-10 site. So there was a bit of miscoordination going on there.
Although that said, you did do your job, you did get the coordinates of the SA-10 and no one died to the SA-10. So, Harriers, so we tried first of all looking at Guadata and we were trying to take targets of opportunity at Guadata, but just nothing would turn its radar on. So we gave up and we went inland to seek out the S-300. We got what we thought was the S-300. It was firing missiles out to sea at someone else. And we did, I believe, take out of action with 2 or 3 sidearms. And we had a bit of a rumble with the MiG-21s as well. Anything to add, my group?
So, why did you go for the S-300 site when we had a site?
We couldn't do anything, Blood. We couldn't get any reaction at all out of Guadalajara, and it was too risky to go close, so we had to make some kind of use of ourselves.
No, you didn't. You needed to save those airframes.
I hit... it said I hit an S-300 PS. Looking at Guadalajara, I'm not sure which one that was, but... something around there.
I'll have a look on the video, but yeah, okay.
But you got to remember that taking down this 300 site, it's not easy, and you need something like the Viggen that can go in low and fast. And if you try, I know it's frustrating when you can't hit anything, but you remember you need to save yourself and the airframe.
All right, the F5s had issues primarily with identification. I got a friendly fire because Overlord was saying that there was a bandit like 9 miles away from me, and I saw someone crest the hill, and then they started flaring as I pointed my nose at him, indicating someone was not wanting to get shot at. Meanwhile, that was exactly where I think it was Elo was, and I fought.
Yeah, that was me.
Because it was in the exact same direction as the Overlord call. We couldn't see the fucking MiGs at all. They're
low as fuck.
They were low and they were just... I know, and I was gonna fox someone, and I knew where it was, but the problem... I thought I VAD'd it. MiGs and F5s from a distance actually look quite similar.
They do, which makes it even harder.
Exactly.
Still gotta do it.
Yeah, but what also happened was I had a MiG in my sights, and then and then my game lagged and I crashed.
Yeah, I think that was me. I was looking for you after I got blasted. Where the hell did
Oh
that
no,
sound
you
go?
got shot down by Fort when you were chasing this guy.
Roger.
Riddle. I got actually 2 kills in the end here.
Nice.
Yeah, just as a revenge because I just had enough. Because I got completely slaughtered there, completely alone in F5.
It's just the fact that obviously we're fighting inside that huge SAM net.
Yeah, they were having problems too. They were getting pasted by our ships. Like, and I mean pasted. We were giving as good as they were giving to us, trust me.
No.
The only issue from my point of view was we were calling for fighter cover half the time and it wasn't there. And then we had to take it into our own hands and take out MiG-21.
We didn't know where the hell everyone was. Everyone was talking on their own channels, I think, and everyone was getting garbled out by everyone else if they did call.
Yeah,
Harry's winning without no air cover, and then next thing you know, by the time we got there, y'all was already back at the carrier and landed.
Yeah, we haven't been very good when it comes to communicating. Remember, it's the responsibility of the flight leads to do that.
You, Roger, should have waited for the F5s. I didn't think about that.
Yeah, like as a ground pounder, particularly a Harrier, it's kind of slow. Your first thought should be, how am I going to survive in this? Because dropping bombs is easy. It's trying to survive the SAMs and the enemy air cover while you're doing that.
Biggins, what did you... Oh, Biggins, you've had so many bad flights. What happened this time? It's all going well.
Yeah, so we went to... We had a lovely flight over and some beautiful formation footage, well worth getting that.
You can do that in Microsoft Simulator, blood.
Yes, until Signore decided, I think, was it a bit of lag or was it a bit of a wobble?
It's a bit of Signore, I think.
It was, I mean, I don't even know if it was my fault, to be honest, but me and Trash collided, so I'm going to go ahead and I'll just take responsibility. In for close-tight formation, and I landed, but I couldn't repair, so I had to get a new plane.
Yeah.
Brought it back over.
So that was a bit of a pain, but it wasn't a huge disaster because we managed to get the aircraft back over and we hadn't got a target yet. And yeah, then when we attacked, I got shot down by a MiG. Then everyone else split up to avoid the MiGs. And I believe who was in first? I'm not sure about P-Man.
I can tell you how my run went because I went before Trash, so I'm guessing I was first. I went right over the mountain from the north to hit the S-300 site, and my rearming procedure must have been interrupted because when I tried to pickle my bombs, everything was set, like I said. They did not pickle. I flew over it twice and somehow didn't die, and couldn't drop my fucking bombs, so that was just... And then I got wasted, and then Trash flew over once, couldn't even get to the target before getting hit by Estrella.
Yeah, Trash, didn't you say that the coordinates were off? They were soft to the north and you had to readjust.
The coordinates are actually quite good. Probably I had drifted enough system, so I had to correct about 800 south, rolled in, came a bit too high.
It was just unlucky, yeah. It's a little too high, Estrella, yeah.
Okay, so that's good. The Reds did really well. I was kind of keeping an eye on them. They were MiGing around Guadada really super low and dodging SAMs and shooting our secondary convoy down, which is rather frustrating. Would the Reds want to add anything? Because we don't really know what you got up to.
Well, our primary goal was to try and get the Amphibious task force out of the game because it was completely locking up the coastline with their SAM systems. So we made a couple passes at it, and the last one we did, we went in super low and managed to get some shots off, and it disabled it.
Roger.
There was also I don't know if you guys noticed it at all, but there was a long-range rocket artillery firing at the ships as well.
Oh, because we couldn't work out. They were just blowing up all the time, and we were like, how are they doing that? All the ships just started blowing up.
So if you started to see that they're being shot at, why did you keep them in place?
We didn't have a ground commander.
Oh, yeah, we didn't.
Yeah, that was a massive oversight.
No one's willing to do it. Everyone wants to just fly.
Quick question, Coffee. These ships are very deadly against ground targets. Couldn't we use them to...
I mean, of course you can, but no one decided to use the ground
commander.
That would have been a really good idea.
I have a suggestion for ground commanding. potentially, if we could somehow get like a AI wingman working, we could have a ground commander that can also fly. They can jump in the aircraft,
Not
on
really
the fly and come out.
No,
Those ships will obliterate ground targets.
you don't want to be flying and doing ground units. Because you can set your ground units, sure, to go march off in a direction, but if you're busy flying and you forget about them, they'll just walk straight into a trap and die.
Yeah, but it's better than no one controlling at all, which is what happened. Right?
No, we had 2 VAS in later on, but yeah, it was a bit too late then.
Yeah, it was after I got my scouting stuff done, so...
2 VAS rarely
Yeah.
gets to fly with us, so it's a bit, you know...
Yeah, it's a bit frustrating.
It's a compromise, yeah.
Kinda just needed to grab somebody and go, you're doing ground commanding.
We should assign that for people who do the team kills.
Ah, Riddle!
Yeah.
And I think
Question, when
You combine arms.
our reconnaissance mission went pretty well.
Yeah, well done.
The plan went exactly as we thought.
Nice work on the recon. So I have a little bit of a question on underutilization of the recons. You know exactly where the S300 is, and you know exactly the coordinates of it, and you know that the front line, which means there's nothing shooting you back north of it, is very close to Godalta. Why didn't you focus on the S300, send a couple of big-ins into a low pass?
That was the plan. But we weren't sure if it had been moved or not, so that's why we sent the scout group up to look for it, verified the coordinates, then we would have bombed it. It just took a long time.
Right,
and the Harriers decided if they could hit anything, they would divert and try and attack the S300, and they got shot down in the process.
SA-10s and SA-3s and SA-6s, well, SA-3s and SA-10s are primarily stationary. They have built-in launch sites and every infrastructure you can imagine for them. They're not really that mobile.
Okay. We must, yeah, I think P-Man said something about that you had said something about they might move. I suspect something's been misinterpreted along the way.
I mean, if it's self-propelled, they will move.
Yeah, that's what I thought, because all the S300 stuff is on trucks, so...
But he's saying that they were broken down and set up, and it would be too much work, right, to move them? Is that what you're saying?
The S300s and such, they are primarily stationary because they have the infrastructure, they have like buildings built for that site, generally. And the tank-like sites do not. And obviously S300s could move, but for the sake of this, they're not gonna.
Okay, I mean, maybe that means that the scout was a bit unnecessary, but still, don't think that was the main problem. I don't know. We've still got that landing force there.
Roger.
And, yeah, I suppose next mission is probably going to be a rerun of this one.
We'll just keep plugging, like we've been doing, we'll be plugging away, getting one SAM down per day. That's essentially what we're... So at least we're making some sort of progress. Another SAM down.
Progress at hideous cost.
Yes, it is. Okay.
Yeah.
We'll just crack on Wednesday, I guess. Tomorrow, I think we all need a bit of R&R, so we'll do some fun airquake or just whatever someone wants to do. And hunky dory.